Right. I was originally planning to release the next WRC video, specifically the final 3 rounds of my debut season. However, an announcement that was made yesterday kind of forced me to delay the release of that video and make this video instead. The WRC video is coming next week, so don't worry about that one. Also, I need to go to the toilet right now. I probably should have done that before starting this recording. Just over a month ago in March, the third and final DLC pack for EA Sports WRC released, the Hard Chargers DLC pack containing new cars, new stages, and a few more extra goodies. And since its release, we haven't had any real concrete information and updates about where the game is going to be going next. Are we going to get new DLC packs for the existing game? Or are we going to see a completely brand new game later this year? For the past 5 weeks, EA and Codemasters have given us pretty much zero information about that. I even made a video talking about potential directions that EA and Codemasters could take with the future of the EA WRC game, so make sure to check out that video if you're interested. And while you're at it, make sure to hit the like button on this video if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe to the channel as well, and also hit that bell button to be notified of future videos. Since the release of the Hard Chargers pack, we were just waiting and starting to speculate about where the EA WRC franchise could be going next. And just under 24 hours ago, as of the time of recording this, we finally got an update from EA and Codemasters about the future of EA WRC. And to say that this announcement was unexpected and a bombshell would be pretty accurate. Now, when I received a notification on my phone for this, obviously I was excited and interested about this announcement. I really wanted to see what direction EA and Codemasters will be going in terms of the future of the WRC games. However, this announcement very highly suggests that the future of the WRC games will not be in the hands of EA and Codemasters at all. There are actually 2 announcements that I want to go through in this video. The first one is obviously the big one from Codemasters, which I'll go through right now. The Codemasters announcement says, and I quote, "Dear rally fans, every great journey eventually finds its finish line, and today we announce that we've reached the end of the road working on WRC. After releasing EA Sports WRC in 2023, the 2024 season, including the recently released Hard Chargers content pack, will be our last expansion. For now, we are pausing development plans on future rally titles. Rest assured, EA Sports WRC will continue to be available for existing and new players. We hope it remains a source of joy, excitement, and the thrill of rally racing. We've poured our hearts into making it for fans, and we know you'll keep the passion alive. Our WRC partnership was a culmination of sorts for our Codemasters journey with off-road racing, spanning decades through titles like Colin McRae Rally and Dirt. We've provided a home for every rally enthusiast striving tirelessly to push the boundaries and deliver the exhilarating thrill of driving on the ragged edge. We've brought together incredibly talented racing developers, worked with some of the sport's icons, and had the opportunity to share our love of rallying. Thank you to all the fans who have and continue to be part of our rally journey." And around the same time, the official WRC account on Twitter also made an announcement regarding the future of the WRC games. In their announcement, they say, and I quote, "What a ride it's been. Over the past 3 years, WRC has been elevated to another level in the gaming world thanks to the dedication of EA Sports and Codemasters. Now our WRC gaming franchise is going in an ambitious new direction with more news coming in the near future. Until that time, gaming fans can continue to experience the pinnacle of rallying on EA Sports WRC." Not a mountain full of information in both of these announcements, or at least not as much information as some people would have liked to see, but we can already start to paint a small picture in terms of the future of the WRC games. And a lot of question marks have started to appear at the same time. In terms of the clear, concrete information that we can collect from this, firstly, there will be no new updates to the current EA WRC game. There will be no new future content packs, no new improvements, nothing. The current position of the game that it finds itself right now will be its position for the rest of its life. Secondly, not only Codemasters have stopped development on the current game, but they have also put a big pause on any future rally game development. We will not be seeing any rally racing games from Codemasters for the foreseeable future. Now, they're still going to be working on the F1 games and that stuff, but the rally racing part is going to be put in the bin for now. This announcement I did not see coming at all. I was really surprised that EA have decided to put the rally games in the bin right now completely. Now, when EA Sports WRC first released in 2023, it was a bit of a mess at the start. There were a lot of bugs, glitches, and a lot of stuff that needed to be fixed. fixed. So the early days of the game were a bit messy. Since then, the development team were really hard at work on constantly improving the game week after week, month after month, and after constant improvements and after the release of the 3 DLC packs, I'll be honest, the game is in a much better position compared to how it was at the start, and I was honestly expecting that they would continue to release constant improvements, release more DLC packs, and continue that route for another year or so. However, now it looks like that they will no longer be working on any future WRC games, and the final bit of their announcement where they mentioned their partnership with the WRC and the official announcement from the WRC account on Twitter kind of suggests an idea of one of the reasons why. In the final bit of Codemasters announcements, they mentioned their partnership with the WRC and the journey they went through with rally racing games in general. That doesn't really suggest any hints on why they've stopped developing the WRC games. However, the announcement made by the official WRC account on Twitter does give us an idea of the potential reasons why, or at least one big reason why. In their announcement, they mentioned that the WRC gaming franchise will be going in a new direction. That, coupled together with Codemasters' announcement, suggests that EA and Cody's have lost the license to develop future WRC games. Now, it's not very clearly said that EA no longer have the license to continue developing the WRC games. However, judging by the information in both of these announcements, it looks like that is the very highly likely case. Now, obviously, both of these announcements have spawned a lot of question marks. Have EA truly lost the license to the WRC games? What are the reasons for that? What's the future gonna look like for the WRC games? A lot of question marks which won't be answered for a while. However, we can start to speculate and form our own ideas of what could possibly happen. Now, as I just said, although it's not very clearly said, it does look like that EA do not have the license anymore to continue developing future WRC games, and although we don't have a concrete answer as to why that is, I have an idea of potential reasons why. In my view, I think one potential reason why is that EA's direction with the WRC game wasn't the one that was needed. Now, what I mean by this is that I feel like EA didn't allow the development team who understood the rallying franchise to execute the best possible rally game. Now, in my head, rally racing games, compared to other motorsport games and other sports games in general, is a bit of a niche segment. It's so specific that you really need to give the development team who understand it the freedom and resources to execute on what they know and execute on what the fans want to develop the best rally game possible. And as soon as you try to impact the direction of the development to fill in some kind of corporate stuff, you can very easily destroy the core and essence of what makes a rallying game, well, a rallying game and why people actually want to play it. You know, looking at the EA WRC game throughout its lifespan and comparing it to previous Codemasters rally games and the previous WRC games, it does kind of look like that maybe EA didn't give enough freedom and resources to the developers to execute the best job possible, and I feel like that, coupled together with the horrible launch of the EA WRC game, kind of forms a big reason as to why EA no longer are going to have the license to develop future WRC games. Well, at least that's my view on the whole situation, and if you have a slightly different view and want to add some more stuff to this situation, then feel free to put it in the comments down below. Now, although it's not the best thing that we don't have super clear information on what the future of the WRC games will look like, with EA no longer being involved with the WRC games, it does open up the door for another developer to not only produce the next WRC game, but also to possibly be given the necessary freedom and resources to execute the best job possible. Now, let's be honest, Electronic Arts do not have the best reputation when it comes to video games. In fact, it's so bad to the point where it almost feels like that any game that has EA involved in it is bound to have some sketchiness. So the less EA involvement, the better. Now, there are a lot of good contenders in terms of who could be the next developer of the next WRC games. I honestly can't really say which developer or which developers would be the most ideal for the job, but whoever the next developer will be needs to be given the necessary freedom and resources to execute the best job possible. They obviously need to understand what makes a WRC game game and rally game in general good, and also need to listen to the fans on what they want. But they need to be given the necessary resources to execute the best job possible and to make the best game possible. So that's been the most recent WRC game update. A bit of a bombshell, something that wasn't really expected, though I will say that this does open up the door and opportunity for a better future now that EA are no longer involved. Let me know what you guys think about this announcement, and let me know what you think the future of the WRC games are gonna look like. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well, and also make sure to hit that bell button to be notified of future videos, and also make sure to follow me on all of my other social media profiles, which will be all linked down below. I do apologize for delaying the ORC video, but this announcement was a really big one. I really wanted to make a video on this one since it is a pretty significant one. The ORC video is coming next week though, so don't worry about that one. But I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, goodbye.